feel like we've been together for so long at this point that we really do kind of share a brain. And it's scary. We will finish each other's sentences or already know what each other's thinking.
Yep.
And that, to the point where it is just kind of scary. But at the same time, it's nice to reiterate it. It's nice to hear it.
What does my love feel like?
It's very secure fortress feeling, you know, like in a castle where you pull the moat up and you're secure. It's safe. It's reliable, you know, you don't waver much. You know what I mean? Like you don't have like great emotional ups and downs. So like it really is safe. Like it's safe for me to express myself. It's secure. It's very solid. That would be my best description of it. It's very reliable. I can wake up tomorrow morning, so long as you're living, I know that we're okay. I know that I can step on this foundation and it's not gonna crack. You don't fall apart easy. You're very capable. I can rely on you. And I know it. You show up and you do things well, you know.
Okay. What do I do that makes you feel that you can trust me?
I think one thing that is absent in this world today is loyalty, and you are like insanely loyal to me. Like everything about it's almost to the point of sometimes I would tell you, like, honey, we don't have to be attached at the hip, but you want me everywhere and every moment you want me with you. And there's no secrets. We don't hide anything. Like you have my phone password, I have your phone password. It's like if we want to do anything with each other or look at each other's stuff, even though we don't have to, but if we want to,
it's nice not to feel the need to do that.
An insane amount of trust and loyalty there. So what can I say? You are so loyal to me and have been for 20 years that it's like there's no question in my mind as to, you know, if you have that love or that feeling, same feelings for me. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it.
What does my love feel like?
It feels like I have a superpower. It feels like you give me, it's like whenever there's hardship, whenever I'm down, whenever things don't seem exactly the way I want them to be, I think of you and it's like Popeye spinach. It's just
Topped up.
Yeah, it feels truly like a superpower. Like I feel like you energize me no matter how down I am and no matter how crappy I feel about myself. There's this perpetual, like I'm constantly plugged in to the outlet.
That's a good answer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. Why, thank you.
Mine is, I'm just such a chronic doubter and I lack confidence in so many ways, or just not confidence in my choices and decisions. And you're like the thing on this planet about which I could not be more sure. It gives me faith in myself in other arenas in my life to know that I have the right instincts and that I can make choices that I won't regret because I chose you and I'm 100% confident in that decision 7+ years later. And I haven't felt that way about anything else in my life. So it's like, I got that.
So what does it feel like? Like a warm blanket?
Kind of.
Nice.
How have I stayed true to our vows over the years? Both of us do this.
our vows, how you stayed true to our vows. When I'm sick, you take care of me. And we had nothing. We still worked together, richer or poor. We were poor most of the time.
Yeah.
We still made a way.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, even if what you go through, sometimes you want to throw the towel in. And the little, I don't know, the little things come in your head. Remember your vows. Remember what you said when you talked to this man the day you got married. You said, for richer or poor, in sickness and in health, to death do you
To
part.
death do us part.
And then sometimes I think that what we go through in a relationship is just a way of a test to let you see how much you can endure, how much you can take. Then at the end, if you pass this test, your reward will be coming. So with, when you and I, we had a lot of going on in our relationship, but we stood it out. I stood it out.
Well, I agree with that. To death do us part, for rich or for poor, to sickness and through health. We've done all that together, and we've had our ups and downs. But, you can't forget the bad times, but you always remember the good times. See, the good outweighs the bad, in any relationship. And that's how I feel about you.
Then another thing too, keep people out your business. You bring people in, they make it worse.
We never, we never did.
That's what my mother told me that.
We
Don't
never
ever,
did. Don't bring nobody
into your business,
You work it
into
out
personal
yourself. I don't care
business.
who it
Exactly.
is. The vows is an oath that you take. And if you're woman enough or man enough to say it, you woman enough, man enough to do it.
Okay.
If this were to be our last conversation, what is something that you never want me to forget?
Oh, that question. That's another one. I mean, just the obvious. That your love in our family has meant the world to me. And it always will.
Yep.
And if I'm ever not here, you need to have a strong relationship with those kids. Everybody needs to stick together. I don't know. I can't imagine you not being around, conversely. It's just as scary as a place where my brain really doesn't want to go.
Okay.
Because I've seen a friend go through that and it's no fun.
Why do you think I'm in your life?
I think you're a part of my, the master plan, my purpose, my passion in life. We were just meant to cross paths. I told you, you're my soulmate. I think you coming into my life was to make me become the woman who God destined, called me to be. Just see myself change since I've known you, since I've met you. You've awakened something inside of me, and you bring out the best in me. You keep me focused. You keep me positive when there's times where I just want to break down, like a couple minutes ago. And I needed that at the time that I met you in my life. I needed that positivity, that healing. And I needed you as much as you thought you needed me. So.
How do you love me? And you said you were going to sit and count the
I was
ways.
not going to count the ways.
Okay.
But that's like a loaded question, but I say I have to love you with all of the being God gave me to love with, because I ask God for you. I have to love you with every being of me, and that's why I do everything in my power. I've learned not to get upset over things that don't matter. Like I used to tell my mom, don't sweat the small stuff, because when in the end, the love that we share among each other is going to make that thing look like it was totally silly, all along. So we just move on. And then one thing you notice, I'll come back to it later.
You always do.
I always do. But, you know, I love you with every being of my spirit, my body, my soul that God has given me and said to love you because I asked and he gave me the gift I asked for.
I think that's the last question, right?
Yeah, I don't see any more cards on the table.
Okay. So should we just...
Come on and seal it with a kiss.
Oh, okay, baby. Okay, sugar.